my neck. And for 9 long days my eyes were shut and I couldn't see a speck. I had 4 lovely sisters, me being the only boy. And for 9 long weeks I played around my mother's pride and joy. Till a gentleman from Mullivan a fancy to me took. He held me in his arms and my master's hand he shook. Then he took me to the motor car and we headed for the road. And in less than 20 minutes I was in my new abode. Now the first thing that my family did was to look for me a name. They called me this and they called me that, but it sounded all the same. Till my master he came around the house and this to me he said, consider now yourself a dog, henceforth your name is Ned. Now my one great distinction was that I had a bushy tail, and I wagged it for me master as we walked o'er hills and vales. I rounded sheep and cattle and sometimes the nanny goat, and my master often threatened that he'd cut my friggin' throat. Now the weeks went by and I grew up and I learned all my chores. I growled at postmen and the guards and sometimes the man next door. They loved to see me working, oh, they thought I was a treat. And before I'd get into the car, I always wiped me feet. But sometimes dogs get lonesome and I long to have a pal. So I met a great big Labrador and she said her name was Sal. She said she was a lonesome too, that she'd had a pedigree. I said, that ain't a problem, Sal, you just leave that to me. When her master overheard the news that with her I had slipped, we didn't use protection, so across the fence he crept, saying, you bushy black-haired so-and-so from beyond in Conway Park, I'll stop your gallivanting around my house after dark. So with his gun up to his shoulder, a careful aim he took, and the noise that came out of it, sure the valleys around it shook. And I felt my hide burning as the bullets my arse shred. And a woman said he shot that dog that belonged to Mickle Ned. Now when my master heard that shot, and it happened just by luck, he stepped up to that gunman and he said, you Newry Nook. Then he let him have the 1, 2, 3 up in the old face oak, saying that's the medicine I'll dish out to any man that shoots me dog. So he took me to my kennel and now on the straw I lie. And I hear the neighbours asking, will poor Ned live or die? And I'm getting special treatment for my body's full of lead. And for the first time in me life, I'm getting breakfast here in bed. But my master's so forlorn as he sits and strokes my head. And he feels around my body for those little balls of lead. And he's using awful language as he sits there on the log. And these are some of the things he says about the man that shot his dog. May scabs like crabs rise up in flaps over everything he feels, and snutters flow down to his toes, and hags come on his heels. May his hair fall out, and his woman pout, and his fat smell like a hog, and divil the luck fall on that Newry Nook, that man that shot me dog. Maypoles surround his big backside like strawberries on the stalk. And every time that he'll raise his gun, that his stomach it may bark. And as he goes hunting o'er the heather hills or bog, may the diarrhea strike with all its might on that man that shot me down. Now to conclude and finish, I am on all fours once more, and I feel that urge coming over me as it did one day before. So I'll slip out some dark evening in the mist or the thick fog, and live another half a dozen pups to that man that shot me dog.